On Saturday, February 8, 2014, Sam Kellett, 28 years old, he and a group of friends had gone to Goldsmith Beach over on York Peninsula, which is South Australia. The group was going to prepare for the York Peninsula spearfishing competition, which was the next day. They arrived in the morning and they swam out from shore. Sam Kellett was in a wetsuit, free diving, but he was in a wetsuit, but it was a blue kind of camouflage suit. The group heads out, and no word of them spearing any fish. All I know is that before noon it got rough out there and the group started to swim their way back into shore. At noon, Sam Kellett is about 110 yards from shore and his friends are scattered around him. It sounds like he's a little bit trailing them all, and a friend of his, Wyatt Raymount, says that he heard somebody scream, somebody yell behind him. He was swimming on the top of the surface on the way to shore, and he says he turned around and he could see a tail of a shark at the top of the water, a huge tail. And he says he stuck his head underwater to see what the shark was doing, and he could see the shark, but it was at 15 feet or so from him, and the water was rather murky, and that was about the distance of visibility, so he couldn't tell what the shark had. Now his friend Aaron is sitting there, and he had seen the shark's tail flapping at the surface and then go underwater. It submerged. So he stuck his head under the water and he's looking for the shark. He can't see it, and he says suddenly a shark behind him breached out of the water and had something there. He stuck his head underwater and he could see the shark's tail down by the seafloor and its head is up by the surface. He says it's got something, but he can't tell what it is, and now there's blood in the water. Nicholas Carson, who is probably the furthest away of them, about 30 yards away, 25 yards away, he said he had seen the shark's tail, then he saw its whole body and then it submerged, and he says that the whole shark breached. And he didn't know what it grabbed, he said, but when the shark hit the water, there was like a bright red, like blood-colored splash of water. None of the men that were with him saw him after they saw the shark. So out of whatever different views that the swimmers had, that the divers had that were with him, nobody could see Sam after they saw the shark. They saw the shark wriggling on top of the water, they saw it breach, they saw everything it did, and they saw blood in the water, but nobody ever saw Sam once they saw the shark. A search was launched shortly after the attack, and all that was found was the spear gun and 2 lead weights, both of which contain markings of great white shark teeth. Experts had looked at those and they concluded that it was an attack. Nicholas Carson, who had seen the shark on the surface and then saw the whole shark come up out of the water, said it was about a 5-meter great white shark. So we're going to put this down as an attack, an attempt to predate, and a predation by about a 16-foot great white shark.